Welcome to Chapter 2. We're looking at your introduction page and the resources that are on there for you. This will be important to you to actually get started on your course, but also as you go on further in your course, this will be a page that you'll continue to need to come back to. So you're looking here along our tabs at the top here. So we're on our introduction tab. If we scroll down, you'll be able to see the whole page here. And we're going to work through each of these items so that you're clear as to what each of them are for. Probably the most important place to start is with navigation. As you can see, we have tabs along the top here, but we also have a navigation panel. Now, I have that hidden at the moment. I've just run the cursor over it and it's popped out. If I want it to stay out, I go up and undock the navigation block, and then it's sitting right there as you work away. What you prefer, it's purely up to you. So to dock it again, I just put it back there. Let's bring it out so that we can actually have a look at it, because it can be quite useful. You can see you have full access to all the pages here. Another block that's important for you to be aware of is the administration block. This is where sometimes students intentionally unenroll themselves from the whole course. If you do that, please don't be over concerned. You can just go back in through the Welcome to Moodle through TAFE Western. Re-enroll yourself using the key library 2015, which is all lowercase, no spaces, and you'll be re-enrolled. Your work won't have disappeared because your work is stored on the Moodle. It's just that it won't be visible to you at that point, so please don't panic. And it has happened accidentally from time to time. Another important aspect of this administration block is your grades. When you go in here, you'll have a record of all the work that has been marked for you. You'll have comments from your teachers. If the work's been marked as not yet complete or competent, the teacher will have put a comment directing you what to do to make it competent, and you will be able to resubmit to the Moodle your work. The teacher should have set it at draft. If for some reason they haven't reset it, just send me an email and I will fix it. Tell me which unit and which assessment, and I will quickly do that for you. It's an important one to keep a check of your marks that are going in there. This won't be on yours because I'm in as a teacher and I've just looking at it from a student profile. As you can see, I can return to my teacher role. At the moment, I'm actually a student, so that it looks the same as what yours will look like, as much as it can. You will also have on that administration block, My Profile Settings. Now you can go into this and you can edit your email address. You can put up some other information if you want to. You've got a range of choices, a description. You can upload a small picture of yourself if you wish. Mainly this is used to change email address. It will default to your TAFE email address, which you can only access through the student portal. And if you're happy with that, that's great. Just leave it as it is. If you want to put your personal email address, change it there, and then you will need to go down and update your profile. And it will take you through there to check. and then it will be there for you. When students first come in to the Moodle, they often will accidentally hit My Home, which will actually take you right back here. So don't panic again, or if you end up, sometimes students end up right back at the beginning here. Don't panic, just go down. It should be sitting there and you should be able to just click yourself back in. It's getting comfortable with the navigation. I do say to students, it really is like going to a new country. So be kind to yourself as you get used to it all. As well as the administration and navigation, along here is a calendar, which sometimes the Adobe Connect sessions will be marked on, so you can keep track of when that's happening. I haven't done that. I've fallen down on that job, but I usually at the beginning of each term will go through and highlight the dates that we're having the Adobe Connect session on. Another block that's very important is the latest news, and you'll notice I've just put one up today about maintenance on the TAFE system, and here's another one, a VoiceThread maintenance, which is happening on the 1st of August. So any extra bits of news, these are a couple of items that I've left there that I think are of general interest that you can have a look at as well. But generally I tend to use it to let you know that there's something happening that's going to disrupt your usage of the Moodle or your DEC portal or something directly related to you. Now, as you can see, I can dock those, or again, I can pull them out or leave them there. That's really up to you. Now, looking at the introduction, there's a few things just to highlight to you. You're already on the Moodle tour, so you've gone to step 1 here, and you're looking at each of the chapters for the Moodle tour to help you get started. There's also a icon here through to some help information for you. This one is important that you actually go into this and have a read. There's some very useful information here, directions to your learner portal where your student assessment guides are all located, and your email, a whole range of things. There's some student information guide. Now you need to actually say that you've had a look at your rights and responsibilities here. So if you can click there and save your choice, and just save your choice has been saved. That's an important step for you to undertake. So we'll just go back to the introduction using the navigation here on the left-hand side this time. Under the book icon, I have some additional information for you, and it's presented as a book in chapters, and I would really recommend that you take time to just go through that. Each one, you've got teacher contact information about your TAFE card, how to communicate with us, again some information on the student portal, changing your password, a whole range of items there, links for recognition of prior learning. So things that are also important for you to help you get up and running. Just go back to the introduction. Please take time to go through each of those. Now, along here are some links, and the first one that I need to take you through is the quick links. Here again, I've got some staff contacts. Tried to put it in as many places as possible because people still seem to find, think, where's the teacher's details? So please have a look at that. I've got information here on our virtual library where there's links to our full library management program, to the OCLC, which is the World Cataloguing Organisation, Content DM, which is something you use in one of the units that's up there, and the website. So there's some tools that we use. Now you can either do a back arrow, which is probably the quickest way in this case. Job links, I've also got some links to some employment organisations, so it's very specific for the library information services industry there. Some links that are some interview questions. There's a YouTube clip with some helpful suggestions on preparing yourself for an interview, and some resume writing information. So when you get to that stage, that could be quite helpful for you. There's a Thesauri, there's ALIA, which is our industry organisation, and we have a special arrangement with them. So if you do want to join as a student, we have a reduced rate. You don't have to though. You can go onto their website and you won't be able to see everything, but you will be able to see quite a bit and have access to quite a bit. So I would really recommend that you are familiar with ALIA. Just some other information, some internet sources, some databases, cataloguing sources, which you use quite extensively in your cataloguing unit, where we've got WebGUI and information on how you can access that. SCISWeb, Library of Congress Authorities, RDA, the Toolkit, and Libraries Australia. And they will be directly when you're doing your cataloguing unit, which you'll be utilising most of those tools, if not all. And library catalogues, just so that you can access a whole range of interesting pieces of information. But we'll just go back to the introduction. So that was quick links. I do have a separate link there for contact for our all our teachers, the units that they're responsible for. So please make sure that you feel free at all times to contact our teachers. They're all very happy to talk with you. Course resources is another important tab here, button. VT stands for VoiceThread, and here's some instructions on how to use VoiceThread, and there's even a test one that you can play with to just get comfortable in the environment. It's an important tool because you get to record your responses rather than having to write all responses, and that gives us some important feedback as well. There's a couple of forums that are here that are also in specific units. I have a PowerPoint presentation there that could be of interest to you, some information on social netiquette, LibGuide, which is specific for our courses, a link there to the SiteMaker, which is an online referencing tool. You will be required to reference all your work. So this is a beautiful tool that you can use. That is also available through the help link and libraries, but I'll put it directly there for you. Here's some information on referencing and the connect button. I'm going to open this one because it is an important one. Because here we have a link directly to our Adobe Connect meeting room. We also have recorded sessions. So I have sessions from back in 2012, 2013, not all of them, but some selected ones, and from 2014, and then the recordings that we've done so far this year. You can just click on the link and it will open up the room and you can listen and see comments that are made, hear it, and feel as if you're a part of the session. So once a fortnight, if you're not able to always be there, you can come in here the next day if you're available, or whenever you are available, and listen to these sessions. And I do recommend that you do that because a lot of important information is communicated through those sessions. So that was our Adobe Connect. There's some instructions there, and there's a practice room as well. Plenty of information there on getting yourself set up. So please do make sure that you go in there. Moodle Ease is just one of many apps that are out and about now that you can download and use on your mobile devices for accessing the Moodle and other tools. Just some bookshop recommendations, another little self-paced course on mobile things, a link to our Facebook page, and another infographic just on I am a social librarian. So just some general information there to set the scene for you. The last item that's there is the chat forum, which I don't monitor as a teacher. It's there if you want to go in. All students will get an email, and they can either join in or respond to you or whatever you like. I'm finding that that's not being used a great deal, but it is there just as another form of communication for you. So that's your introduction page. Please make sure that you go through it carefully, be comfortable with everything in there, and you will be using it not just to get started, but throughout your course.